aplauso pa mami y papi, porque en verdad
Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, Bad Bunny, the biggest pop star on the planet. He has broken every streaming record, redefined masculinity and Latin trap, and brought Spanish-language music to heights never seen before. But there is a terrifying cost to this level of fame.
Bad Bunny has been targeted by someone who has made a very credible death threat towards them. According to Puerto Rican journalist Jay Fonseca, the death threat was made online.
Tomorrow, Sunday, February 8th, 2026, Bad Bunny makes history as the first solo artist to headline the Super Bowl halftime show entirely in Spanish. It should be a victory lap. Instead, the conversation leading up to the biggest performance of his life isn't about the set list or the special guests. It's about his safety. It's about death threats, FBI investigations, and a viral rumor from just last week that convinced the internet he was wearing a bulletproof vest on live television. We are less than 24 hours away from kickoff. Today, we are doing a deep dive into the shadow hovering over Super Bowl LX. We are separating the internet conspiracy theories from the very real dangers facing Benito and asking, is this the highest stakes halftime show ever?
Turn to your left, please. Sir, can you turn? Sir, just turn to your left. And sir, to your left, please.
Let's start with the moment that kicked the rumor mill into overdrive, the 2026 Grammys, just 1 week ago. Benito arrived on the red carpet, and immediately the vibe shifted. He wasn't giving his usual playful energy. He looked serious, intense. But it was his silhouette that broke the internet. He was wearing a custom black velvet tuxedo. The shoulders were impossibly broad and boxy. The waist was cinched tight. It was rigid. It didn't move like fabric. It moved like armor. Within minutes, TikTok and X were ablaze. The theory was simple. Bad Bunny knew he was a target, and he was wearing a bulletproof vest disguised as high fashion on national television. Fans pointed out that he sat separated from much of his team during parts of the ceremony, further fueling the idea that he was distancing himself to protect others in case something happened. It's a compelling narrative. It's dramatic. But is it true? The short answer is no. It wasn't tactical gear. It was haute couture. The look was custom Schiaparelli. The fashion house confirmed the look was inspired by their archives, specifically the rigid structure of the shocking fragrance bottle. The corsetry required to achieve that snatched waist created the stiffness that people mistook for a ballistic plate carrier. So, case closed, right? Just fashion? Not exactly. The reason that rumor went so viral wasn't because people don't understand fashion. It went viral because, given the context of the last 6 months of Benito's life, the idea of him needing a bulletproof vest at an award show actually made sense.
Puerto Rico is such a small country, but where do Puerto Ricans come from? Are they more genetically linked to Native Americans or to Europeans?
To understand why fans were so ready to believe the vest rumor, we have to rewind to late 2025. Benito returned home to Puerto Rico for his massive, record-breaking 30-night residency in San Juan. It was meant to be a homecoming celebration. Instead, it turned into a security nightmare. During that run, reports surfaced of a credible death threat made online by an armed individual targeting Benito. This wasn't just an internet hate comment. It was serious enough that federal authorities, including the FBI, were reportedly involved in fortifying his security detail for those shows. You don't bring in the feds for a standard internet hate comment.
While I have you here, can I ask you a favor? If things keep getting worse in America, can I come live with you in Puerto Rico?
Trevor, I have some news for you. Puerto Rico is part of America, so it's
Don't tell them. Don't tell them, Benny. I need a plan B.
Why the threats? Well, Benito has never been one to shut up and sing. He's an activist. He's been incredibly vocal about corruption in Puerto Rico's government, the electrical grid crisis, and social issues. When you speak truth to power, power and its fringiest supporters tend to push back. And that brings us to the American political landscape. Bad Bunny has become a lightning rod for conservative backlash in the U.S.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans and we are Americans.
Just last week at the Grammys, the same night he wore the vest, he made a pointed comment during his acceptance speech. "We are not aliens, we are humans." This was a direct response to rhetoric surrounding immigration. He has publicly opposed ICE tactics. He even recently opted out of a full U.S. tour, citing concerns for the safety of his undocumented fans at venues if raids were to occur. When you combine massive fame, outspoken political activism on sensitive topics, and a polarized environment, you create a dangerous cocktail. The threats in Puerto Rico were real. The anxiety of his fan base is real. Which brings us to tomorrow, Super Bowl LX at Levi Stadium. This isn't just a gig, it's a statement. A primarily Spanish-language halftime show in the current political climate is a massive cultural line in the sand. The backlash to his booking has been loud. We've heard critics, including President Donald Trump and various commentators, call the NFL's choice ridiculous or un-American. When you have public figures amplifying that kind of rhetoric against an artist who already has confirmed death threats against him, the security situation becomes unprecedented. We obviously don't know the specifics of the NFL's security plan, that's classified for a reason, but sources indicate the security bubble around Benito for this halftime show is unlike anything we've seen in decades. The vest at the Grammys might have been velvet and corsetry, but I guarantee you the layers of protection around him tomorrow at Levi Stadium will be very, very real. It's the classic cliché, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Right now, Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio is wearing the biggest crown in music. We want to tune in tomorrow and celebrate a milestone for Latin music. We want to see who his surprise guests are. We want to see the spectacle. But we can't ignore the reality that this performance is happening under a shadow. The internet rumors about bulletproof vests, crazy as they seem, are just a symptom of a very real fear that fans have for his life. Tomorrow, Benito steps onto the world's biggest stage. Let's hope the only thing we're talking about on Monday morning is the music.